It's a big, walk. We started UC and we did our own. Well, I think I probably was a gray line tour around UC to go to the monuments by yourself. There you go. At the time, you know, if you took a tour, you got to go inside a couple rooms of the White House. You can't do that anymore, but you were able to at the time.
In my mind, I'm gone to
The theater where Lincoln was shot, you know, all those different. I never knew in Washington, Arlington Cemetery. I never realized that there was a mansion there that was mentally. You know that? I didn't know that. I mean, that was so surprising to me that he lived there. Yes, that was their punishment to him, to give it up and make the cemetery. But he overlooked the Potomac, if you remember that. I learned history, you know,
and to see the sunshine, and to just feel the moonshine, and to just like with me from behind, and I'm gone to Carolina.
Gray line bus.
We know that no one's mind loves to find
in that area. And then from Boston, we took a Gray line bus back down to Virginia.
hey, baby, the sky's on fire, I'm dying.
It's all a replica.
Gone to Carolina.
Well, it's not a replica, but they yeah, and we ended up in Williamsburg. And then, you know, you see Plymouth, they have a regular, original Plymouth Mayflower is no longer, you know, but they have a replica, and you can tour that replica to see how small that ship really was, and how close to the border where you just wonder how the highway across the ocean. And then at the end of, oh my God. Style, and they can tell you all about you. I said, man, that's the best food. Being on board that but you go to the Old North Church for Paul Revere. We walked the whole thing. I'll never forget it because it was such a long walk. I thought, will we ever get to the I was like, I don't think we're ever going to get there. We're just keep walking and walking. But there's all historical sites along the way, but still, it was quite the walk. And then I can't remember where we stayed down to Boston, but within walking distance of that hotel was the cemetery where Benjamin Franklin and other folks on the Declaration were buried, so you could see their headstones in that cemetery. That was the walking distance of our hotel. I don't remember anymore where that hotel was. It was somewhere there. I was surprised that the graveyard was there in downtown Boston, but it is. They preserved that. And then the other thing I saw in downtown Boston was there was a church built by the Pilgrims, and also a cemetery out there. You know, everybody would say, headstones, most people died. If you were 30, you were old, you know, because people died. So, but they showed you you went to the church.
Need a shelter in someone's arms.
There's Sunday sermons for like 7 hours long. It was ridiculous. And they went out. It was cold. with a feather on it, and they would
Deep touching my emotion. Thank you, baby. I wanna stop.
because I can't imagine sitting there all that while. So,
It is to be loved by
historical
you.
things for the United States, you know, and the hardships
It is to be loved by you.
That's what those are.
I close
It
my
stopped.
eyes at night.
What?
The rain's gone.
Where I be without you in my
I'm
life.
saying the rain is gone.
Yeah, I see the
It shifted course. It's going back to Lamy.
I'm
all dry. You know why I'm all dry? Because I was in the house before we were moving. It dries faster when you're out there.
Thank you, baby.
Now the platform on the part is still wet from the rain, but it's not slippery or anything, which is great.
So, yeah, I you know what I would really like to go see next is Charleston and Savannah.
Better from me than I was for myself. Either you and nobody else. I won't stop. Thank you, baby. I won't stop. Thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
But I would like to see Charleston and Savannah.
Oh, how sweet it is to
It
be
does.
loved
I would
by
like to
you.
take a trip there and see the old beautiful
How
homes.
sweet it is to be loved by you.
I've never been before.
Thank you. James Taylor, he actually has a road song. And this is it.
There's lots of art, lots of dancing, there's lots of, going on. The kids that are standing there, I mean, they're just like, look at your face.
You're riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song. We're standing on that crossroad, excited to belong. We are sailing away on a river by the sea. Baby, you and me can be together. We are riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song. Time I try to lie, but I've been with you down the path.
Oh, I'd like to go
Day to day,
in Savannah, Charleston.
there's a melody in the way you have a chance for me.
And the food too, I'd like to go there.
Need a ride on the trail. out the park, and the road wasn't written for you.
He was
Tell
from
me, how can you stand there with your broken heart? Ain't got
way before my son. He would come out to my
and
residence
think to lead to another.
but he had
Doesn't
property
take
in my
any
And so
sacrifice.
he went to a
Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, as if there's a light until I can fly.
and he went to
Shower the people you love with the light. So when they wave at you, things are gonna work out fine. If you want, they will. As I say, shower the people
you have
you
walls that are
love with
deep,
the light.
thick,
So when they wave at you,
very smart man built that way.
things are gonna be much better if you want, they will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is life. Tell me what you plan to do with your wish life. When you're all behind yourself. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it begin. True what they say about the freezing hills. Always stay and to the sound of the people you love with the light. Oh, in the way that you feel, things are gonna be much better if you want it. As I say, oh, shower the people you love with the love.
Everybody hitting over here.
Oh, in the way that you
Over here.
Shower the people you love with the love. Shower the people you love with the
That's our word.
They did it, you know.
I'm gonna buy me a soda, Mom. Get me a soda. I'm gonna buy one. I don't care. I have my card.
Gen X, right? There's that's
I didn't realize they had
90s costumes. Did he get better go get home? Well, I think, in costumes, sure. Well, last year, right?
I don't know what they did.
First song we played after.
I don't It's amazing when people accomplish just like
Well, yeah, they were.
how did they do it? Yeah, like,
lives in like, you know, gnarly New Mexico setting, but also New Mexico is like that, right? Magic and darkness, you know, constantly in interplay.
Well, last year, right?
I don't know what they did.
First song they played after.
I don't know.
Our first.
I don't know. It's amazing when people accomplish just like
Right? Just
really.
Colorado Rocky Mountain High. Shadows on the starlight.
I remember how people so great because everybody walked hundreds of miles. I don't think that was ever the problem.
Well, yeah, there were.
Climb Cathedral Mountain, saw silver clouds below. Saw everything, all you could think of. How about praise one time he tried to catch it, and he lost his breath, touching in the wind. Now he walked inside, saw the city that was down, taking away to every step he took. Decided to turn inside himself and try to do anything. He certainly was facing mountains.
How did they do it?
But his heart still knows some fear. All those simple things cannot comprehend. He saw he cleared the mountains down and ran a couple more people. His heart
Oh no, I'm not. I'm way away. At the time, I was outside before. But it wasn't. I was like diving. You know, when I was younger and oh, I'm sure I didn't eat out that much. Eating out was always, I used to go on a date and that was my thing. I'm sure I didn't go like eating out like that. I ate at home, you know. Oh, what, yes, you're young. Oh, sure, because your metabolism is a lot faster. Yeah, oh, sure. You know, a diet would be like 2 or 3 days and you're down to whatever you want to be. Whereas now it'd be like, in about 10 months now. So, yeah, no. You know, it's just different. If you're very into it now, of course, a lot of younger women are way overweight. You know, kids, children, I mean, are way overweight. So it's just, it's what we eat is what we're given. And of course now the food in the grocery store is like, oh my gosh, you go shopping. It's so expensive.
Beauty of a child's eyes in like, gnarly Mexico setting. New Mexico's like that, right? Magic and darkness, constantly in interplay.
Americans are not used to that. I
Certain how
know.
big for it and how we're doing it. They created this ranch like they built just super weird.
It's not that way anymore, but it was that way. It's not anymore.
So like, Wes is done. We had to get rid of Wes to see. And then Americans live like close. So she, I tried to rate that on like this house should be looking at the top of the 70s. And they all went for it. It's just like, as white people are way too individualistic. And some of us have been doing this for the last 50 years. For us, it's all like, as we say, I have my stuff, your stuff. You know, like, almost not really good. Yeah, they're going to be shutting down though. No. Ellie and then Ann? Llama. Llama. Oh, yeah, that was like, what's the Dolly? No, Ram Dass. And, right, Ram Dass started it. And, still a big time. Ram Dass.
And I think no, there was, and it's so funny, it's not that way now, but there was no rest, you know how we have rest? There were only shelves behind us, with like history, there was nothing, I mean, it wasn't really a part, it was just things of things and they could all, I mean, it was, I was so stunned that that's what they do call it. Like, wow. But, we have Polish friends in Albuquerque, and when her brother and sister came here to study there, they lived in Polish still, but she was getting a PhD in research chemistry, and so his wife was from Ukraine. He's from Poland. And at the time, we had the, you know, the,
World War I from the perspective of home. Yeah, let's
she had never seen that in her life. She stood at that microwave and it was like, maze that you would have been going around and there was popcorn coming out. And I was just amazed. There was no limitation. Everybody takes it for granted. Yeah. But again, Poland isn't like that anymore. It's very westernized now. It has everything you would want. But at the time, under you speak out against that government, you are lost. Or, you know, they need support and they give you 25 years to so, you know, it's still treat their people. Oh, yeah. He and all those brothers. Yeah. They're all those Russian oligarchs that are all over the place. You know, they're just horrible. And they're people that have very little to stay there in Russia. I don't know. I can't imagine that they say one wrong word Oh, yes, and so they're always afraid of what's going to happen once there because, yeah, they're sitting right
I think we were like, hey, we
but they're a NATO group, so they know that if Russia would bomb in the area or whatever, then they don't have to jump in and protect them. But still, our friends that are Polish that live in Poland, she goes once a year to visit her mom who lives there, and she always calls me from Poland. She says the other way to go home in their village for dinner. I said, what are the moms doing? Both of them. Because they're getting free housing, food, high school, but Poland took in a lot of shared, like in Warsaw, they shared their apartments with them. We were very generous to my friend that lives here now, like, at the time my dad was like for a while, and her mother would say our 90s, saying that when she was a child, the Germans made the children on daily trips into the camp. They would go out there, she went out there, and they would take them into the camp. Then they would tell them, they don't behave, we're children. You will also be part of the
Subsection 1 month.
But human beings do that to each other.
It's heterosexual.
I mean, animals are kind to each other. Come on now. People are kinder than animals.
I don't mind. Like, I mean, it would be fine. It's
So,
like that.
it was
Now we're taking
horrifying.
that.
But we did go. We did. We did.
Yeah.
There should be people that think it never even happened.
You know, how do they think that when there's real after real of showing you concentration camps, the mass graves? How do you begin to think that?
Yes.
It's all filmed. It was all filmed. I mean, look at it. How did 6 million Jews disappear? Where did they all go? I mean, where did they just all have black picture? Where did they go? Why don't you tell me where they went? And how come the Germans ended up
Do like a
all
scene, like it was
art
in Lincoln. You didn't have any battle scenes.
and jewels?
It did. It opened for the battle scene, actually,
People
which
would
feels
never
like it's
kill
still
to you.
strange.
I mean, how do you explain any of that?
It opened for the battle scene. Yeah. It's really more about the politics.
I've never killed them.
Yeah. I love all the wheeling and dealing they did. That was actually really fascinating. Yeah. Like, how to get these Democratic congressmen to vote. You know, all those little
The cowards went out and killed themselves. Too bad he coward. You were happy to
I don't
murder
mind
everybody
the
else.
story so much, but it
Stand
just,
up for what you
I like the book
believed
so
and you
much.
thought that was the right thing to do.
That's often the case. You know,
Yes, the cowards way out and kill
Sure.
yourself. Okay.
But still, I then
And those
Lewis was great.
No, Galveston. Yeah, and they only remember certain kind of old ones. Straight on the hose.
Thank you. I'll take the late claps, no claps, whatever it takes. Thank you. As long as you don't throw it. Throw stuff at
You
it.
know what we did? We departed way before schedule.
Thank you so much. I know you've been a very dedicated crowd. So you had no choice.
And we had to
but
wait
me.
right where we were. Because railroad is on the
I'm
track
glad you
right now.
chose me.
Yes, see, that's the thing. You gotta share.
Now next door, Weston,
And
we heard
railroad is our
Weston next
dispatch.
door. He's really
Get cleared on the line.
classy.
Yeah.
He's much more classy than me. He sings some really old
It's like
songs from
when
the
you ride
20s. and
Amtrak.
Very good guitar
Amtrak
player,
has
so it's very
stopped
different.
freight trains for
But you got me. I hope you're happy.
waiting for all the freight trains to go through. They get the first priority for the rest. So, anyway, so yeah, you know, I enjoy all those programs because it's nice when they do renovations like this. Make them new inside, you know, modern, everything.
For the daydream,
Keep the boutique mode.
for the daydreaming boy.
And those farmhouses
And a daydream,
redoes the farmhouses. And then I've seen homes in like small towns somewhere.
really on my
Beautifully done.
side.
I mean, you just think,
One of those days you're taking a walk outside. One of the days I walk in the sun. Follow my face with somebody to mow on. For a day. What a day for a daydreaming boy. I'm lost in a sweet dream. Dreaming about my bundle of joy. Even if time is passing me by a lot. Unless I felt the news to say
It's been a really good feeling when you're able to scoot over to the trestle and the old
my
one.
load.
Yeah. See the top side. I will get those ones on that trestle.
Got something for everybody?
Here we can see the trestle, the old one. Coming up on it. So the trestle, the old one.
The trestle, oh, the old trestle of the Roadrunner. It's concrete and we're on wood, right?
Put over here on the side, see the curve. That's good right now.
oh yeah.
It's such a cool structure.
Couldn't care less about the dudes you say I love. Tomorrow I'll pay my dues for walking my load. Find the faithful feel the sleepy good soul. For a day, what a day for a daydreaming boy. I'm lost in a sweet dream. Dream about my bundle of joy.
It's hard to get the old stuff.
All of my faces, somebody's newborn mom. Oh, and it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Of my joy, surely come my way. Every day seems a little faster. All my friends they going up and up. Of my joy, surely come my way. Every day seems a little stronger. Every way love's a little stronger. Do you ever long for true love me? And you know that I love you every day, each and every day. Oh, every day. Oh, every day seems a little stronger. Every way love's a little longer. You ever long for true love from me? You know that I love you every. It's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours, surely come my way. I said I look for you, I look for a day. What a day for a daydreaming boy. I'm lost in a sweet dream. Dream about my bundle of joy.
It's hard to get the old stuff.
All of my faces, somebody's newborn mom. Oh, and it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Of my joy, surely come my way. Every day seems a little faster. All my friends they going up and up. Of my joy, surely come my way. Every day seems a little stronger. Every way love's a little stronger. Do you ever long for true love me? And you know that I love you every every day, each and every day. Oh, every day. Oh, every day, things a little stronger. Every way, love's a little longer. You are a lot more true love for me. You know that I love you and me. It's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. Love like yours will surely come my way. I said a love like yours surely come my way. Each and every day, yeah. Anybody see James Taylor when he was here a few weeks ago?
Oh, wow.
I went to see James. Was in Rio Rancho.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Nobody gone. I've seen him in St. Louis a few times, so I'll let James do his own thing. But Cat Mo is coming September 22nd. Cat Mo and Melissa Etheridge to the opera.
No,
Yeah, and
This-
Wilco.
I'm not quite that
Wilco?
adventurous.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're going under Wilco. Yeah. Cool. We're going underneath Interstate 25 right now. So we're heading back out of town. Yeah, we're ahead of schedule. So yeah, good. That rain helps. Like, you got everyone back in this rain all the time. Slicks up the tracks.
Now, our mountain in Albuquerque is 10,000 feet up top. And you've gone there many times to the top.
So we're coming back into town. We just crossed under Interstate 25. You look here on the left, and you'll see these are the tracks here for the rail runners. And notice they have concrete tires, whereas we have wind tires on ours. So we're going to rejoin here in just a second. That train is obviously a lot heavier than our train is, and also that those tracks they use a lot more because they run dozens of trains across those every day. So the state will maintain everything from basically here on forward,
And the guy
and it'll be on these concrete tracks all the way until back to the rail yard here.
if you don't feel well. But it was just us.
And the rain has stopped, by the way, so going to go back after the flat car. It's a nice little slide. You'll see a totally different angle of San Jose. You can see it from the train. Well, under half
if you're
a
not
couple weeks ago,
from high
I was
altitude,
with a group of Texans. We were out there in a flat car. This woman who had this huge hat, and all of a sudden it took off like a sail. It's like, woo!
but you when you're really sick with high
And
altitude.
fortunately, Jovian, who works here with us,
People that
he had
know
his
our
phone out with him, so he immediately pegged
train,
exactly where the hat went, which was right off of
you're coming from
off of
sea
San
level
Miguel.
and you're going all that
So
way
the
up.
husband of the wife noted the site and then drove back and retrieved the hat. So, but it was right in town, so yeah. And it fell right along the railroad track, so he was able to get it. And she was all, I've had that hat for 15 years. Like, well, your husband's going to go get it back for you. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, we are coming in here to town now.
It's such
Did we have a good time here today?
The air is much thinner.
Really been a beautiful day, even with the rain. In fact, the rain's kind of taking
The
the edge
air
off
is
the
so much
heat.
thinner,
It's
you
kind
know,
of
the
nice.
higher
And
you go.
given that we're in a 22-year mega path, every drop of rain we get counts. So we're always grateful here when Father Sky gives us a little bit of more moisture. And here it's so dry that even if you do get wet, you're dry again in about 5 minutes. So it doesn't really bother me to get wet right now. We'll dry off. Not made of sugar, or
I
lye.
was stunned when we were with this guy going.
Well, we'll be back here in just a little bit, but we're coming here to the southern end of Santa Fe. So enjoy the views. You'll see here on the right, the southern end of the Santa Fe Recess again. You will see Sun Mountain and Moon Mountain, which are fun to hike. Especially Sun Mountain, which is accessible right off of Santa Fe Trail. It's a nice little hike. It takes about an hour to get to the town, 45 minutes to an hour. Good cardio workout, but not too tall, but a little steep. It's a good hike. Looking for a fun thing to do that's not too far out of the way.
People do it. Yes, it's coming. Don't need no tickets. Just get on board. All you need is space. Do that he's so loud. Don't need no tickets. Just hang
Wow.
king. Open doors and golden. Room for all. Ain't no room for the homeless sinner. All I have is to save his soul. I pity on those who still for dinner. No, I didn't make people don't need no time. All you need is faith. If it's so don't need no ticket. Just ain't alone. I'm so glad that you decided to come to San Diego and see our part of America. Let us see our hopes and carry our fortunes. Stay here in our bed. So far past the and this is the
he used to say, you know, in the winter, your breath
we'll work out
is in
tomorrow.
the air. So that when you breathe out, there's just crystals in front of you. Because, you know, if it's like 30 below
Just the good
zero, well, more than 30, 45 below zero, it just crystallizes your breath.
Okay, before we go, I want to share one more song I've written, and it has a little prop with it. If you're not from New Mexico, and if you look at our license plate, there's something very unusual about it that no other state has. Anybody see that? It's not New Mexican? No, you're from here. There's 3 letters on it. Then no other state needs to say this, but if you look at it, it says New Mexico, USA.
Oh, yeah, USA.
Because
Nobody
some
knows
people get
where
a
we
little
are.
confused. In fact, our state magazine, rock
Our
number 2
50
coming
is
up,
missing.
the New Mexico magazine, if you look at the next to the last page, every month since I was a kid,
That's right.
since I was a kid, there's real stories.
Yes.
It's called One of Our 50 is Missing.
Yes.
And they're still doing it. If you look at the New Mexico magazine,
Nobody still knows
one of our
where
50
we are.
is missing. And I'll share just this last month. It says cryptic, I'll just read a short one, there's several versions. Cryptic currency. After spending some time abroad, Placitas resident John McNerney flew into New York City where a friend picked him up with a car with New Mexico plates. Soon they stopped at a gas station for a restroom break. On his way out, McNerney picked up a candy bar in order to become a paying customer. Well, when he dug into his pocket, all he had were European coins. Remember, he was in Europe. And he told the clerk, hold on, I got some American money. The employee looked at the car outside and replied, oh, okay, New Mexico. I'll take the American money. So, you go figure. So, I don't know, there's all sorts of true
Every month
stories.
there's a magazine
So I
comes
have
out,
a
and
song
every
called,
month there's maybe
it
like
makes a
4
little
or
echo.
5
I say,
little
it ain't
things about-
new. And you say, it ain't new.
And
And I
that's
say,
like
it
what I
ain't
said. I
Mexico.
mean, this isn't
You
like,
say, it ain't
you know,
Mexico, even though we're
it's
called
like,
New Mexico.
really, it
We're
is.
long older than that.
I always think, you know, it's the state between Texas and
It
Arizona.
ain't new.
It ain't new.
There is no
It ain't
border.
Mexico. Ain't Mexico. We got it before the conquistadors.
Oh, yeah.
And this
When I
land
first moved
Spain.
here long
It
ago,
ain't
I was
new.
at that.
It ain't
I was
It
at-
ain't Mexico.
Ain't Mexico.
Our Pueblo blood and Adobe blood was
Right.
the first on this
No, it's part of the
terrain.
United States.
1,000 years or so ago, the Chaco people plowed the roads and built a
Well, you know,
training
I
center.
can see it
For
no
travelers far and near.
Santa Fe is very famous. I am very surprised.
Let each
People
one
have
to
heard of
conjecture
Santa Fe, 'cause that is
where they
famous.
come from, where they go.
They haven't.
Mystery
They have
still
not.
lingers so. It ain't new. It ain't Mexico.
Ain't Mexico.
Came before the conquistadors claimed this land
I
to Spain.
still know
It ain't
Red
new.
TV or something was wrong.
And it ain't
Called, you know,
Mexico.
one of these call centers somewhere
Our
else in the
Pueblo blood
U.S.
and Adobe
And the
mud was the
person
first
kept
on
telling
this
her that they could, and that they
Now,
couldn't
land
help her
of
out, and
enchantment.
that, you know,
Well,
and
it
she
may
kept
be
saying,
mostly brown.
but, you know,
The
we're one
green
of the
tea on
50
trees and junipers that
Not
are
that
sprinkled
person
all
like
around.
wouldn't have it.
And yet the
She has
roots
to
go
hang up
long and deep,
start all over because
sipping
that
what
person
they
is convinced. There was,
can.
and one person
Desert kind of
in one of
beauty.
these little things
This
in the
here
magazine
enchanted land.
they said
Here we
something like,
go.
you know, we live in
It
South
ain't
Mexico.
new.
We live in
It ain't
Mexico.
new.
And the
It
person
ain't
said
Mexico.
that old Mexico, New Mexico,
We came
it's
before
still
the conquistadors claimed this land to
It's like,
Spain.
okay.
It ain't new.
It ain't new.
And it
You know, I
ain't
say it
Mexico.
so it's like we have too many people in Albuquerque anyway. I say I wish they would never
was the
find us.
first on this
We have too many people. That's good. Don't
You
find
don't
us.
need a
We're happy
passport.
just where we are. You don't
Check
have
it
to find
anyway.
us. Because the
Well, you
city's
probably
gotten so
speak the
big and
language
so
in
growing,
a
and then come
Spanglish
problems
kind of
with all
way.
of that bigness, you know.
But if you
It's
check
like,
our
no,
license
it's
plate,
fine. I
you
don't-
made it
I don't want
clear
you
as
to find
day.
Somehow they find
Step
a way.
beside New
But-
Mexico is you. Yes.
But they all know Texas. They have a
It ain't new.
It ain't new.
It ain't Mexico.
Ain't Mexico.
Before the conquistadors claimed this land to Spain. It ain't new.
It ain't new.
And it ain't Mexico.
Ain't Mexico.
Our Pueblo blood and Adobe mud was the first on this terrain.
Oh, okay.
It ain't new.
I thought something on
And it ain't Mexico.
Ain't Mexico.
Now y'all very much. It's been great singing with you. My voice is totally reopened, and I'm loving to do it for you guys.
That's a good day. That's a good day.
What? I want to point out things in Sobra, unless you've seen it a lot of times, you didn't notice this, but after the thing was fun and was celebrating, and it used to be only conquistadors that came up and claimed the land. But if you notice this time, there was a Pawaki, there was a tribe with us. So the state of New Mexico, the Zozobra people, Kiwanis Club, are finally getting it together. That it wasn't the Spanish that were here first. They're the ones that we all read about, the conquistadors, which is a great story. But the Pueblos were here, so this year, if you notice the Pueblo Indians that were alongside the Spanish, I thought that was a big move. I think it may be the first time. So that was a huge move, because it's very controversial here.
Yeah, just as long bit about the colony, the Spanish colony, which is self-facilitated. Throughout history, no one wants to be colonized. Here we are. You know, everyone largely lives side by side. We get along together, and I think the key thing is to remember we have diversity. We have respect for one another, and to be able to listen to each other's stories and respect our own traditions. That's vitally important here in this very, very ancient landscape where people have occupied for at least 23,000 years. We are about a quarter-mile away from our final destination. You will see here the wonderful restaurant La Chosa. I'm about 2 blocks away from that on that very street right there. So we want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today. Whether you're came from far away like Philadelphia, she's not here. She's on the flatbed right now. Or Albuquerque, you're right here in local Santa Fe. We appreciate your coming along with us here for this adventure here today. I really want to thank Chris for being our crooner here for the day. You well earned those well-used vocal cords. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Garrett.
We want to thank Holly, and we want to thank Felicia, who's over here coming back in here right now. So thank you to both of you for being such good servers. And
Felicia, here she comes. I'm going to get her to sing. She knows that last song. Here she comes. I didn't get your way.
You want to do this?
She was totally singing it.
She knows the Fiesta song.
Let's go.
She knows that song, but she, Felicia.
They made me work in a GI studies clinic where we did scoping.
She's a very happy song.
And one of our attendings one day was sitting, we had an office right there, and I watched him and he was taking his papers and just shoving them, put them in the garbage can.
When we were coming back here, we just crossed the Corpus de Peralta, the last street we crossed before, and actually we're in the area here right now. Here on the right is the farmer's market. And you saw that this morning, how crowded it was. That farmer's market has transformed farming here in northern New Mexico. We have all this land, but very little water. So our farms are tiny. And for the ability for our farmers to be able to have an outlet to sell the products and to make a living is really amazing.
I already know that they're not.
So those of you who are like flying back to different states or whatever, get yourself a bag of cherry powder in about 15 years.
I'll never forget that because I was like,
and you're helping a local
oh my
farmer.
God.
So what's
So
better
to
than
show
that?
you how important it is.
Here on the right is the Knuckles Brewery, waiting for that door open. They each have a sign on it that says coming summer 2020.
Those things and application
And
for
they
both.
put Scotch tape over the 2020
there you
portion.
go.
I'm waiting. I'm a beer drinker, so I'm like, take my money, take my money. They got that.
Did you put it on 70 something?
It's on 70.